Welcome to LoonWeb, the online platform for the Vermont Loon Conservation Project. In this short video, I'm going to walk you through how to adopt your lake for the Community Science Project's LoonCount or LoonMonitor on the LoonWeb platform. Adoptions let our staff know which lakes are or are not being covered by volunteers this season. This way, they can plan where staff needs to go and also know where to focus on recruiting new volunteers. Before you can adopt a lake, you need to be signed in. So take a quick look at your profile icon in the upper right corner of the page. If the icon is filled in green, like it is here, you're ready to go. If this icon is white, you'll want to head back to the How to Sign In video and start there. First, you will need to select whether you are adopting a lake for LoonCount or LoonMonitor. These buttons are in the upper left corner of the page. LoonCount, or LC, is our annual one-day survey on the third Saturday in July. LoonMonitor, or LM, is our summer-long program to track loon pair nesting success and chick survival. If you forget what these mean, don't worry, you can hover your mouse over the buttons to see the project description. Click whichever project you want to join. Next, you will need to find an adoptable lake. If you have a lake in mind, you can use the search bar to find that lake, or find a lake in a particular town or county. Just begin typing the name of what you're looking for and select it from the drop-down menu. This will zoom you into that area and also give you more detailed information on the right. If you wish to return to the full Vermont view, you can click this little Vermont button in the lower right corner of the map. You can also find lakes in the list on the left or by navigating around the map in the center. If you are on a private lake, your lake will not show up in the list on the left, but you can still find it by searching. For LoonCount, only one person or group are needed per lake, so you will need to pay attention to whether or not the lake already has a volunteer. This helps us ensure that we have good coverage across more lakes in Vermont instead of having lots of people surveying one particularly exciting lake. For LoonMonitor, multiple people can survey the same lake. Lakes that have no volunteers for that project will be blue. Lakes that do have volunteers will be green. Lakes with volunteers will also have their names listed in the Adopted By table on the right Lake Details column. You can also use filters to find available lakes. Click the filter button and select the options that you would like. For instance, I can select unadopted, high priority, and shore. And this will give me a filtered list of lakes that are high priority for our biologists, that are unadopted by other volunteers, and that can be surveyed from the shoreline. For people on private access lakes, you can also use the filters to click the Show Private Lakes button to show your lakes in the list. Private lakes are automatically hidden from this list to prevent accidental trespassing. Once you find an available lake to adopt, you can click the Adopt button. Check that the project and lake are correct at the top, and read the expectations for your participation in the project. Your email address will automatically be filled in, and the first time you adopt a lake, you will be asked to select a handle name, or a name that will be shown publicly with your lake adoption. You will also have the option to check a box to remain anonymous, and you can always change your handle or your privacy selection later. Finally, you will read through and agree to our communications and data consent policies. Click Adopt to confirm your choice. You will then be returned to this view of the lake, which will now be green if it was not before. You will see your handle or anonymous listed under the Adopted By table, and the Adopt button has now become a red Unadopt button. If you find that you are no longer able to survey that lake, you can click here to unadopt it. For larger lakes, you may not be able to cover the whole lake by yourself. These lakes are often split into zones. Each zone represents a portion of the lake that a single observer can reasonably cover. To see the zones, click this menu option in the upper right corner of the map and select Zones under Water Bodies. You can now see the dividing lines for where all of those zones are. If you click a particular zone, you will have the opportunity to adopt that zone instead of the full lake. If a particular zone has been adopted, you will see it appear on the map as a green hash. If you have any questions or encounter any issues while using LoonWeb, please email me, Dana Williams, at dwilliams@vtecostudies.org. Thank you for joining us to conserve the loons of Vermont, and happy loon watching.